If you're a parent with school-aged children in the province of Ontario, you may have grown a few new gray hairs today. Many woke up this morning with word from school board directors that families can expect classes to pivot back to online learning next week. Then a couple hours later, Ontario's Minister of Education sent out a social media post saying, hold on, schools are staying open, leaving many confused, concerned, and quite frankly, fed up.
Chaos and uncertainty.
NDP education critic and parent Merritt Stiles summing up the feelings of many families today. The director of York Region's Catholic School Board writing this morning, it appears on Thursday, April 1st, 2021, the Ministry of Education will announce a 4-week shutdown of schools across Ontario. Though then the director had to apologize.
It seems to me like boards may have been given one signal, and then Mr. Lecce decided to tweet out something in the middle of the morning completely contradictory.
99% of schools in the province of Ontario are open.
In that tweet, Ontario's Minister of Education clarified, writing in part, that schools will remain open. The Chief Medical Officer of Health has said schools remain safe. Though as variants spread, nearly 600 Toronto schools are reporting cases. Today, the co-chair of Ontario's Science Advisory Table had this to say when describing the role of schools in the pandemic.
Schools really reflect the level of infection in the community. If infection takes off in the community, the schools amplify this.
However, the Minister of Education praised the hard work and safety measures inside schools today.
We are proud on this side of the House. We're proud of our students and the system of education that has worked so well to keep COVID out of our schools. The fact that 3 out of 4 schools in Ontario have no active cases at all.
In communities like Thunder Bay and Sudbury, none of the schools are open. So, to tell people in those communities or here in the GTA that we don't have a problem, I don't think anybody buys it. It's just numbers. It's just spin.
As of today, the message is that Ontario schools will be open for in-person learning after the Easter long weekend. Though what about after the April break, which is replacing March break? Yesterday, the minister told CityNews the plan is for classes to open, but with enhanced safety measures. Though families were told something similar before the winter lockdown. Today, Premier Ford wouldn't commit.
We will closely monitor the situation and not hesitate to act to protect our kids and your families.
Even with signs pointing to a further increase in COVID cases next week, some parents rallying outside of Queen's Park late this afternoon, taking a firm stance. They want classes to remain open.
I want to have guaranteed knowing that my children will go back to school after spring break. There's no clarity, and I don't believe them.
Now, parents, students, and educators will still have to wait several days to see what the future of in-person learning will look like in the weeks ahead. Now, there is one thing that the provincial government and its top doctors seem to agree on, that schools should be the last thing to close and the first thing to open.